It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I am Iron Man.
I'm Pickle Rick!
I have a dream.
I am your father.
I'm Sean Spencer. This is my partner, Gus Silly Pants Jackson.
I'm going to show you how great I am.
God bless America.
Avengers!
Assemble.
That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life.
Welcome back to life, you beautiful, 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 beautiful human beings. Episode 1 is in the books, and a resounding thank you coming from this side of the table, because I was blown away with the amount of love and support that everybody showed, the amount of likes, shares, follows, downloads, watches on Rumble and YouTube for the first podcast back, kind of the relaunch of the entire thing, the relaunch of the podcast, doing it the professional way this time with video and max effort. So just blown away. Just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody who tuned in last week. And so episode 2 is here. It is beautiful Valentine's Day. And I thought, what better way to spend Valentine's Day than alone playing Xbox? And I thought, what second best way to spend Valentine's Day than shooting a podcast with my wife? Miss Hannah Courtright is the guest on today's episode. This was pre-planned. I wasn't pressured into it. It wasn't, you now have a podcast, so you need to have me on. It was pre-planned. This is launching an exclusive Wednesday drop. We typically drop everything on Mondays. So if you're new to the show, Mondays, I think 7 or 8 a.m., I don't know.
Yeah.
She is the show producer. She does all of the content you see, all of the Instagram posts, TikTok feeds, the video quality, all of that's her. I just give her the money and say, do it, or what do I need to post? What do I need to give you? What password do I need to share? Whatever you need, I'll give it to you. That's what she does for a living. Very, very good at it, by the way.
Oh, that was so sweet.
But I was like, hey, let's have you on for the Valentine's Day episode, so we're dropping this on a Wednesday. So don't get used to that. Everything will continue to drop on Mondays. And make sure you're following at That's Life with Jacob on social media. At That's Life with Jacob on social media. Mainly Instagram. That is where the link to everything is. Yes. So at That's Life with Jacob on Instagram. You've got Rumble, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook for all of you older people.
Hey, Facebook performed really well last week.
Yeah, out of all the platforms that popped off, like I'm pushing Instagram hard, and all of a sudden Facebook's just blowing up. And I was just like, okay, old people unite, killing it on Facebook. So make sure you check all that out. She's beautiful. She's talented. She's smart. She's funny sometimes. She's got a great personality sometimes. No. She's kind. No times. I'm just joking. No, she's amazing. She's sweet. She's beautiful. She's kind. She's immensely talented.
Aww.
She's artistic and autistic. She's she's amazingly artistic. She is. I can't say enough amazing things about her. That's why I decided to marry her.
Aww.
I think I read everything that you wrote,
Oh
but no.
I knew you.
My wife, Miss Hannah Courtright, is here. Hannah, welcome back
Aw.
to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
welcome.
It's so weird to be on this
It's not like
side.
we record it at the house, so it wasn't
I
like
know.
hey, could you make it today? It was just like, hey, we're recording when you get home
Yeah,
from
before
work.
you get home
Like,
from
like
work, come
that's how that
upstairs.
works.
Uh,
But no, second appearance on the
That-
podcast,
yes.
but technically the first in this relaunch.
Yes. And
First-
honestly, the other one was, gosh, it was over a year ago.
No,
It's been-
it was well over a year. It was one of the first
I was
episodes.
about to say, it's been a while.
Because when I launched this podcast, I was doing another one, and I was doing the other one multiple times a week, and it was taking up
Yes.
all my time. And so I was like, oh, I'll start another one because I want an outlet to not just talk about sports, because the other one was all sports. And so started this, and it was hit and miss. And then she came on and was like, hey, let's do an episode together. And I was like, why would you want to fight? And she's like, don't worry about it. And so, no, we did it. And we had one podcast microphone at the
Yep.
time. And This is literally how we had to record the podcast because
Oh,
literally one mic. So
Yeah.
I would say something and then she would have to step in. So I'd have to step out of the way.
and then I would step in.
And it was
Oh.
39 or 40.
Gosh, it was.
Trying to see. I had it. Yeah. 49 cuts.
Yes, it was
It
the
took
worst thing in the world to edit.
49
it was a
edits
nightmare.
for a 6-minute segment of a podcast. So I was like, if we're doing it, when we have you
Yes.
on, we're going to do it right. You know, we're not going to have to share a mic.
Oh, thank goodness.
She's being herself, which I'm very proud of. The first,
Oh my gosh.
her first podcast appearance was.
I was nervous.
She sounded, you know what, when you go to Kohl's and they go, socks are on sale in aisle 12. Deborah, could you come to the front and run register 2?
Yeah.
I don't know why. She's not that way.
No, it's not.
I get it. She is mainly behind the camera woman,
Yes.
but for some reason, when she got onto the camera, when she got onto the microphone, she turned into an announcer
Yes.
and was playing this caricature of herself.
Well, and it's funny because there wasn't even like film at that time, so I don't know why I was so nervous and why I like.
She was
resorted to
she was
that.
sweating.
Yes,
Bro, there was nothing grosser than
And all I was doing-
someone genuinely dripping sweat onto your lap while they're recording 5 lines. I was like, all you have to do is say XYZ.
Yeah.
And she's like, welcome every one of you. And I was like, what is going on right now? But you've come a long way is what I'm
Oh,
trying to
thank
say.
you. Thank you.
I am pumped about this episode
It'll be
because
fun.
what all of you don't see is every episode she sits right there
Yep, that's
behind
my
the
spot.
camera.
Yep.
And, you know, she's producing it. She's making sure it sounds great. She's making sure the camera angles are good. But mainly she's there as a safeguard for all of the awful stuff that I say.
Yeah.
Mainly she's there doing this, or she's doing this,
Yeah.
or she just straight up stands up and comes up to me and goes, "What are you doing? Your mom will see this. That you can't say that. People know you. You go to a church. What is wrong with you?" So there's a lot that gets gets
Yes.
edited out because
Yes.
I am one of those guys where if I see the joke, I go for the joke.
Oh gosh.
And then I go, there's
There is no
always
line.
a line, and I'm always the guy who's never been to that line
No.
because I've always stood
You've
on the
been
other
So
side.
far.
I always say the joke where it's like, I cannot believe you just said that.
Yes.
And I don't know why, but I always enjoyed the shock factor in saying that. And so if it wasn't for you, I would not be allowed on this podcast. I would not be allowed to have a podcast.
Yes.
And I would definitely be banned from everything by
Again.
the amount of jokes that I tell that are just wow.
Yes.
So I am excited to see where this blows up.
Ye-
And, you know,
Your filters on this side.
but yeah. So we wanted to do a little Valentine's Day episode. Now it's not all going to be mushy gushy love crap. We're going to do some fun stuff. We got some funny videos. We've got a couples quiz because my wife has decided we want to fight for the next few days.
It'll be
So
fun.
there's a lot that we're going to be doing on this episode. So I just want to, before we get into it, sit back, relax. It's Valentine's Day. Enjoy the love.
What?
We want you to listen to this podcast while you're massaging your partner's
Nope.
back,
Stop.
while you're kissing each other on the mouth
Jacob.
like adults do. Turn on this episode, tune in,
You just
and enjoy.
you just made the entire audience.
We want you to
so
listen to this
uncomfortable.
podcast while you're...
No.
What?
No.
I didn't even say anything yet.
Just stop.
We want you to listen to this podcast while you're...
Anyway.
Okay, so I think
Oh.
I would say the number one question we get asked, why I don't know. It's not like, I don't know. It's not like I'm an Army vet or, you know,
Yeah.
or like we get asked no less than, I'm not even joking, by strangers 3 times a week. We got stopped by a dude at Kroger. First off, don't stop me while I'm at Kroger getting my Oreos for the night. Like, I'm just trying to get in, get out, very incognito. And he's not even like an older guy. He was like a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
He just goes, "Hey, man." I was like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Where'd you meet?" I was just like, what do you mean? Like, where did we meet? Or like, where did we meet up to get into my car to drive together to Kroger? Like, what are you talking about right now? And he's just like, "Where'd you guys meet? You guys look like you're in love." I was just like, "Well, we are in love. And let me tell you, she was a waitress at Hooters.
Oh
I
my
had just lost my
gosh.
wife from cancer. Nobody? Does anybody know the movie? Name the movie. Name the movie. You don't know the movie, do you?
No.
Blended, we're coming together. It's the Adam Sandler movie, Blended.
You
His wife,
showed me that.
his
I
wife,
don't remember
yes,
that.
his wife dies of like cancer, and he takes his date to Hooters. But his wife used to work at Hooters. I can't remember. Hooters was involved. But we get asked,
Anyways.
nonetheless, back on track. We get asked multiple times a week from strangers at Kroger how we met.
Yes, yes, we
And
do.
so I asked her if she wanted to tell the story, and she
Oh.
goes, "Oh my God, I would love to tell the story." And I was like, "Great, I'm going to take a drink of water and relax while you tell the story." But no, for real, on the sweet side, tell the people how we met.
Yeah. A little backstory. Jacob, you coached volleyball for 11 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Jacob was a volleyball coach for 11 years, and he just happened to coach my sister for like a year or two of those 11 years.
Yeah, it's about a year.
Yeah.
About a year.
And so I first saw him when he was coaching my sister at a volleyball tournament. And something you need to know about me for this to understand the story is I was and still am a little bit a very introverted homeschooler.
There you go.
A very introverted homeschooler with at the time very low self-esteem. So when I saw the very, very attractive volleyball coach, I decided to do the least creepy thing in the world and just stare.
Well, when she says homeschooler, I'm talking like 16-passenger white van
Yeah.
rolling up to a Barnes and Nobles, but only the faith and Christian side of Barnes and Nobles.
Hey, we had like the little Jesus fish on the back.
Yeah,
that
of
had
course
helmet.
you did. Did you have the stick people where it's like, Mom, Dad, the 35 of us?
No, we just had a swarm of fish instead.
Yeah.
So we had a fish for every person.
That's the most white homeschool Christian family thing in the entire world. You did. She stared at me, in Halloween, Michael Myers, when he's staring from like the bushes at Laurie Strode. It wasn't far off, is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it was that, but I am saying it was a lot of.
Oh, and it's bad because I'm already like, you can ask him. I already just like stare off and stare at people. And
She's a little bit creepy. Bro, if you're eating at Chick-fil-A and you're across from her, you're uncomfortable. She's just
I don't do it intentionally.
she's just grill sandwich in hand, just
I don't do it. I just like to people watch.
staring into people's
It's
souls.
not intentional.
But it's not even people watch, it's people stalk. She has a staring problem.
I do a little bit. I'm working on it. I'm working on it a little bit. But anyway, so for probably at least 2 or 3 games, I just came
Back up a little bit.
and
you go.
learning the podcast mic. I came, I sat in the bleachers.
She came, she sat, she stared, and then left.
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
am a very extroverted person. Is it extrovert, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm an extrovert. And so I saw this cute girl staring at me,
Aw.
and I was like, well, let me at least go get the name of the person that's going to murder me one day. And so, we had seen each other, and so we bumped into each other, and I'd say, like, how are you? And she'd be like, oh, I'm good. She'd, like, mumble something and stare into the ground. And then one day I pulled that classic, like, you come here often? And she was just like, ha, 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 ha.
I'm pretty sure I gave you like a legit answer.
She
Like-
died laughing, and she was just like, yeah, I come here because you coach my sister, and I like to watch my sister play volleyball, and I support my siblings. And I was just like, oh, what is going on right now?
It's even
But
more
through
bad.
that, we exchanged phone numbers, and then we went out for tacos.
Yep.
Then we went to a movie, and the rest is history. I mean, that's literally it.
It's so
It's how every white couple
Yeah.
ever has ever met. Nothing fancy. I didn't come back from war. We didn't
No.
meet at, we weren't high school sweethearts. We didn't meet at college.
no.
None of it.
No.
So, but that's how we
our
met.
Story.
Another thing that
cute.
people ask, and I know you were going to talk about this too, is people always want to know about like weddings, and they always want to know, where'd you get married? And so I think that's another thing that you wanted to talk about on the day of love for all you couples out
Yeah.
there. Marriage is worth it. Marriage is awesome. They're always there. Always. Just never not. You know what I mean? And when they're not there, they're there. And if you're married, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm going to go out with Sarah. Awesome. 39 texts while she's out with Sarah. I'm like, you don't have to text me while you're
I'm
out.
also a bit of like a Velcro wife.
A little bit.
A lot of bit.
You're a little bit of like leash on child wife. But not that it's a bad thing. I
No.
do like it. But, you know, when you are married,
It
they
can
are
get a
always
lot.
there. So marriage is awesome, though, in all seriousness. Marriage is awesome. Don't do it. Marriage is awesome. And we have a few recommendations for those
Oh yeah.
young couples that are looking at getting married, are about to get married. Yeah. And it kind of, you know, relates into our marriage a little bit.
Yeah. I want to start off with a disclaimer because obviously your wedding is about you. So do whatever you want, what you've dreamed of forever, what makes you happy. Like at the end of the day, it's about you. What I would recommend and what we both would recommend is what we did, which is where you just elope.
Elope, a small wedding,
Yeah.
but elope all the way.
Yeah. Because
weddings suck.
I know a lot of girls, pretty much 99.9% of the girls in the world have had like a Pinterest board on their wedding or a Pinterest board for their wedding since they were like 12. And they've had their dress picked out and their, you know, all of that picked out for years and it's their dream. I never had that. Like I was never a big wedding person. And so when we got married, one of the first things I said was, or when we started dating, we were talking about marriage. One of the first things I said was like, I don't want a wedding. I've never wanted a wedding. I think that it's.
She said the two most beautiful things. I'm not a big fan of diamonds and I don't want to have a big wedding. And I was just like, bro, bet, sign me up. Here's your ring pop. We're eloping tomorrow.
Yeah. But I mean, really, like we had a very simple ceremony. It was in our living room in front of our Grinch tree. His dad married us. Our nieces were little like ring bearers, they like to call it. They fought over bringing our rings to us.
They fought over who could stand closest to us. It was literally 8 of us, right? It was my sister, her husband, my 4 nieces, little baby Holland. She was a little nugget by then.
She had, like, just been born.
Yeah, she's just there.
Yeah.
And then mom and dad. It was literally Justin. My brother couldn't make it. My other sister couldn't make it, and my other sister couldn't make it because there's 10,000 of us.
To be fair, we also.
Oh, we up and did this in like a week.
Minute.
Yeah,
yes.
no. We literally were like, when do you want to get married? It was genuinely because we had just got a place. Mm-hmm. So we had just moved into a brand new apartment in Franklin. And we were basically already married. We just hadn't had like the official ceremony. Yeah. And so one day we woke up and we both looked at each other and we're just like, you want to get married in a week? And she goes, yeah, that sounds good. And then we just got married in a week.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. We eloped. We literally had a small ceremony in our apartment with Netflix in the background. My 3 little nieces were there. We ordered a pizza. You made a hot chocolate bar. And I'm not gonna lie, it was the greatest decision we've ever made. I can't tell you how many people get married and they go, bro, it sucked. You wanna know why? Because you invite a bunch of people that you don't really care about, but they're pen pals with your mom for 6 months out of her life. So for some reason you have to invite them. You spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to be a princess and to be a prince and to fight about what table 49 looks like because it's a different shade purple than the other 42. And it's just pointless. And it doesn't matter. I'd rather be, and I mean, we agreed on this. We would rather be surrounded with people that are all about you and about that marriage and have been supporting and loving on you guys from the beginning than have 400 people there that 385 don't really care about you. They're just there because they can get off of work and take a little vacation.
Yeah. One of my friends, when she was getting married, she said the biggest thing that drove her crazy was after she announced that she was engaged, all of these people came out of the woodworks. So excited for the wedding invite. Can't wait to be there. That she hadn't spoken to in years. And I feel like people have a lot of pressure and they feel like they have to invite those people. You don't have to invite them.
And to be fair, like parents are definitely a part of that too. They're just like, well, I've been friends with John and Sally for 15 years. And even though you don't know them, we know them and you need to invite them. Yes. And it's just, it ends up your wedding days for the most part end up morphing into being about everybody else and being about your guests and being about your family. And at the end of the day, it is about you guys. Yeah. So, I mean, we're all for eloping or a small wedding. Absolutely. Yeah. I would go destination wedding any day of the week. Both of my sisters, Jen had a destination wedding. She went to Gatlinburg. She got married on top of a mountain. And then we got to go to Dollywood for 3 days. I was like, sign me up again. So that's what we recommend. But nonetheless, we had a nice little sweet ceremony, and
Yeah.
that's our how we met. That's our
Yeah.
wedding story and our thoughts on
Yeah. The other thing,
wedding
I had one more
stuff.
point I wanted to say.
Okay.
Something else in the wedding industry that I feel like is like people make a big deal of it is your honeymoon. And going on your
Oh, yeah.
honeymoon, like you get married, you don't get back to your hotel until 11 o'clock at night. You're up at 4 the next morning to go to Costa Rica or wherever for your honeymoon. And if you can afford that, that's great. But I think you need to remove the pressure from that. And if you don't have the money to go on a honeymoon right away, don't do it. Do not go into a marriage either going someplace that you don't want to go and having to scrape pennies to get there, or like going into debt. A honeymoon can wait.
Well, and I if you don't have a big wedding, for the most part, unless you have, unless you both have had very good paying jobs and you both are, you both make decent living, or unless mommy and daddy are going to pay for everything.
Yeah.
For the most part, young couples that are trying to pay their way for the honeymoon, if they're not inviting a bunch of people, you don't have the extra cash to do it. And there's nothing worse than going on a honeymoon with limitations. Now, I'm
Yeah.
not saying, when you go on a honeymoon, you should get absolutely everything that your eyes see or might even want a little bit. But we had the opportunity to go. We were gifted a trip to New York, and we were able to go. And if I wanted that T-shirt, or if she wanted to go buy a memorabilia while we were at the musical Wicked or whatever, we
Yes.
just bought it and we enjoyed it. And we didn't worry about, well, this place is a little bit pricey for dinner. Or if
No.
you eat on Times Square, it's a little bit pricey. Like,
Yeah.
we want to go to the nice dinner with the cool view. We want to buy that souvenir, that T-shirt. And so, like, the most fun we had was going to New York, and we went
yes.
to the fashion district, and we picked out,
We picked out outfits for each other.
bro, I picked out, and she still doesn't really agree, but I picked out the flyest set of overalls that anybody's ever seen. I bought
They're
Puma
Puma?
overalls from the Puma store.
Puma designer.
They're Puma designer overalls, half black, half gray. I put them on, bro. I bought them in that store, and I put them
he
on in
literally
that store.
changed- I was about to say he changed into that outfit in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Of Puma.
I go, hey, if I buy this, can I change in your dressing room so I can wear this? And the guy behind the counter is just like, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, he was like, "Do you want a bag to hold your other clothes? Like, have you
I-
thought this through?"
I literally thought about it. I was like, I could just throw them away.
He did. He said that he was like, "I could just throw these clothes away." And
Yeah.
just-
But we went on Fashion District. We bought a fly outfit, and I walked out, and I got complimented by a black man. And there's no better feeling than when a black guy like compliments your outfit or compliments your shoes. Like, I love Jordans.
Oh,
One of the
gosh,
biggest
yes.
reasons I love Jordans is, yes, the style is just to have a brother while you're walking around Kroger, just be like, hey, man, those shoes are dope. And you're like, that's right, they are dope. I appreciate you. It means way more than when my wife tells me, like, oh, that looks nice or you look handsome. When a
Wow.
brother compliments you, shut
Wow.
it down.
Okay.
But I walked out of that Puma store in those overalls. I got a hoodie with it, and I'm walking. I'm just like, yeah, what's up? And some guy goes, hey, man, foot's tight. And he gives me that one of those little, like, where you bring it in and like half hug with a stranger.
And that made his whole trip.
Bro, the rest of the trip, I was on cloud nine. Whatever I wore, I was feeling good.
Oh,
But no,
gosh.
we did that.
Yeah.
New York's incredible. If you've never been to New York,
I highly recommend it.
well, first off, I love New York. I'm from a big city. I'm from the Chicago area. New York has just an energy
It really
that
does.
is unexplainable. There really is no way to describe it. Like,
No,
New
you have
York
to be
just
there.
has this energy where you feel alive on the inside.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just, it's go, go, go. It's celebrities, the Big Apple, it's Broadway. It's just a special energy. It's got beautiful architecture. It's got amazing, of course, Broadway
Yes.
is Broadway, right?
Oh.
Like, dreams upon dreams. Times Square, the Empire State Building. We went to Freedom
It's-
Tower.
Yeah.
We went to the 9/11 Museum, which I recommend don't go to. Let's put it this way. Don't go to the 9/11 Museum and then expect to have a good rest of your day, right? You go through the 9/11 Museum and you're just crying and depressed and
I was about to-
sad.
Yeah.
It is the most sobering thing.
I feel like you probably
Minus my AA
once.
meetings, it's the most sobering thing I've ever been to. It is just, you go once, you get the
Yeah.
experience, you reminisce, you sit in it, you see unspeakable things. I mean, we're talking about clothing that still has people's blood on it. We're talking about fireman helmets that are crushed and they had people wearing them. You're talking about they have ambulances that were on fire that are in there. They have, of course, the I mean, it is something, a sight to behold. Definitely not something that you go do that and then you go see Lion King afterwards, because that's what we did. And it just wasn't the vibe. They're like,
jarring, the vibe.
it's you go from that to like a lunch, and you're just like, oh, I just want to go lay down, and then you're in a you're just sitting there, and it's not because of how beautiful the play is, although it was amazing.
Lion King was incredible,
and
also 10 out of 10 recommend.
I almost murdered a row of people behind us. And I think I blame the emotions of 9/11 on that.
Oh my gosh,
I blame 9/11 for how I acted in The Lion King. I blame 9/11.
Being obnoxious.
Right. You know, I'm going to continue to say it to you, acknowledge that that's funny. Like, I blame 9/11 for my experience at but no, for real.
Anyways.
This group of kids behind us, they were on like a school field trip, which what school can afford to send 15
Apparently
kids to
schools
Lion
in New York
King?
can.
But they wouldn't stop talking. They're swearing the whole time. I'm trying to watch a man, jacked black man dressed as a lion, sing his beautiful heart out and just reminisce and just enjoy it. And these kids wouldn't shut up. So at halftime intermission,
wrong sport.
Yeah, at intermission, I went to their teacher and in front of an audience, I go, "Hey, if your kids don't shut up, I'm gonna kill them." And that's all I said. I just threatened kids genuinely. I was like, I will kill them, and you're next. And the teacher was like, holy crap. Like, if anybody's willing to come up to me and say something like this, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
So she talked to him. Then coming out of intermission.
My favorite part of the story.
Coming out of intermission, they let me know that their teacher talked to them because lights go down.
Oh, I'm sorry for making noise.
Yeah, lights came down. Elephants are dancing on stage. You know, there's a warthog singing his heart out, and they're going, oh, excuse me, I'm not allowed to cough that loud. Just saying,
yeah.
And then I had one of those crazy white dad moments.
Yeah.
You know,
yes, you did.
Do you know that moment when your dad just put the fear of the Lord into you? And it seemed like it was for nothing, right? It seemed so minuscule at the time. Like, you didn't eat your vegetables or you didn't turn off the garage light and it stayed on all night. You know, it's going to cost him $1.50. But for some reason, that little thing just sets you off. I had one of those moments. And I turned around and I threatened 15 kids. And then I pointed at the usher. And at this point, like, the stage is like, there's a conversation, like it's going, it's beautiful. There's elephants and can you feel the love? And I'm just I would love to have seen what like Simba on stage, just they're singing, can you feel the love tonight? And they just see it, just some just crazy white guy in the back, just and all of these little 15-year-olds. It was. It was quite hilarious. Are you good? Do you need to take that or?
No, I was pulling up.
Oh, I thought you were getting bored and just hopping on Instagram.
No.
But New York's amazing. Hannah got yelled and cussed at the entire time. Being from rural Texas.
Yes.
Like 3 hours away from a big city rural. Like, yes. I've never seen Yellowstone, but what I can only imagine Yellowstone is based off of.
That's pretty. I've also never seen Yellowstone, but from what I've heard, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, just literally small town that has, genuinely mom pa restaurants is what she grew up in. I grew up in Chicago. And she just never understood the city life like I did.
Yeah.
And so I tried to explain it to her, and she does this thing where she doesn't listen, right? And so I say, hey, when we're walking down these streets, you just got to put your head down and go.
But that's mean.
And so, what?
I said that's mean.
It's not mean. It's just what you do.
Well, see, I'm the person that, like, if you bump into me, I'm going to apologize.
Correct. And so I tried to explain to her, there's there's niceness, but there's not, right? Yes. New York is just a very assertive go, go, go place. So they're nice that they didn't stop and punch you in the face, but
they're some not nice things.
They're not going to sit there and be like, hey, man, I hope you have a great day. Like, it's not the South. And so I told her, I said, hey, there's going to be a group of people, typically Asian people, that have a camera and they're just at everything. They're squinting at everything. No, they're looking at everything. I'm joking. My sister's Filipino. She gave me permission to say this. But no, they're going to sit there and go, at everything that you walk by, right? And I told her, I said, those people are going to get cussed out and screamed at and shoved aside, so don't be those people. Lo and behold, we're 5 minutes into New York. We're standing on, I don't even remember if we were on Broadway.
No, I don't think we were yet.
But we were just on like the streets. We weren't really near Broadway. And there's the tourist group. It's the Asians. And they're sitting there, And Hannah's sitting there going,
with my camera around my
with
neck.
her camera around her neck with them.
Like,
And
I was stopping crowds to take pictures.
They're sitting there, all together. And all you hear is, hey, get out the way before I make you get out the way.
Hey, I'm walking here.
You just see everybody disperse, and you just see Hannah left alone going, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did. And I go, Hannah, just don't apologize. Just please get out of this man's way. She got, on your left, lady, move. This is the fast walking lane. Stop staring at it. It's a Chick-fil-A. She was staring. What were you? She was staring at
I was a pigeon. I don't know.
We walked by the cannoli king. It's the cannoli king. Come on in here, get yourself a cannoli. Literally how he talked. But we're standing by the cannoli king, and she's trying to take pictures of the fresh cannolis in the window, right? And she's in everybody's way.
But I got a
so me,
picture.
I'm letting her do her thing, right? I ain't trying to be parent with kid on the leash, but I was like, listen, if you're going to get yelled at, I'm going to go stand on this side of the road. So I went and stood over here, and she's standing there taking pictures. And some guy genuinely was like, if you stand in my way one more time, things are going to happen. Where's your man? And that's what happens in New York, right? They're not going to beat up a beautiful young woman. They're going to find her husband or her boyfriend and go beat him up.
Yep.
And so I had to explain to her, like, hey, what you do here, you might get yelled at, but they're going to kill me, genuinely. And so the guy turned to me, he's like, this your girl? She stands in my way one more time, you're going to get it. I was like, well, first off, she can get it because I'm not in your way. I'm over here. But no, towards the end of it.
I picked up on it.
Yes, towards the end of it, she's flipping people off. She's screaming at them. She's a true New Yorker. I'm walking here, you son of a... No, she wasn't, but
I was like, head down, push through crowds.
Yeah, she learned how to put her head down,
way.
push through crowds, tell somebody to go away. Like,
and occasionally now I'll do that in Nashville.
Yeah, I was very proud of you. I, the entire time, got asked for directions.
Well, you have to understand, you mentioned you're from Chicago. He dresses like a New Yorker. Like, if you...
The long jacket, the scarf, the gloves. I lost
him in the crowd multiple times because he just fit in. Like, his outfit, the way that he talks, the way that he just holds himself is very big city New York.
I am very... Like, I do hold myself, like... I don't know what it is. It's just a type of energy, a type of stance. It's not necessarily arrogance, although it's probably viewed a lot that way.
I mean...
It's just like I know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm confident in what I'm doing. Which is just a very Chicago, New Yorker thing.
Yeah.
But I got asked 10, 15 times for directions, and...
I apologize to all the people who asked him for directions.
No, the only person you really have to apologize to is the person that was being rude, because I sent them a way that I have no idea.
Who knows where they went, actually.
And so this couple came up to me, and the guy was just like, where am I going? And I was just like, man, I don't know where you're going. And he goes, you live here? And he starts smacking the paper. And I was just like, in fact, I do know where I'm going and where you're about to go. And they're like, we're looking for, Bob's Burgers. I go, great. You're going to go see we're on 42nd right here. You're going to go up 6 blocks to 33rd Street. And then you're going all the way over to Charles Avenue. And then when you see Charles Avenue, you're going to see a red fire hydrant. Mm-hmm. Do not take a left at the red fire hydrant. Take a right. When you take a right at the red fire hydrant, you're going to go up another 3 blocks to your hotel and go screw yourself. I didn't say that part, but I gave him directions. And Hannah goes, oh my God, like that's amazing. I didn't know that you knew New York that well. And I was like, I have no idea where I just sent these people. I was like, all I know is we're going in to see the Rockettes right now. So we won't be here. Yeah, we won't be here whenever they inevitably get back. But yeah, moral of the story is if you can afford a honeymoon, go on a honeymoon. If you can't, I encourage you to save up and like have like a dream honeymoon because
it's so worth it.
It's just a lot smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a very long tangent.
So I think
We have a little couples quiz.
As we were talking about New York, it ended up
Yeah.
evolving into our New York trip and stuff. But
I mean, yeah.
all right, so Hannah goes, I got a great idea for the podcast since you're letting me on. I go, okay, awesome. What is it? She goes, well, I think that we should do a couples quiz. And I was like, I don't feel like fighting this week. And she goes, no, we're going to do a couples quiz. So I go, okay, let's do a couples quiz. And so, all right, this is all on you. You figure, you tell me what to do. I am your vessel. Use me. I am the canvas. You are the paintbrush.
Aw.
So I tell my tattoo artist all the time.
All the
I'm just
time.
like, I'm the canvas. Draw whatever you want on my
Whatever.
arm.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. It's really simple. I'm gonna ask you a question. We're gonna do 3, 2, 1, answer. And how it's gonna go is we're both gonna answer for you, and then right after that we'll both answer for me. Same question, but we'll just both say your answer, and then we'll both say my answer.
Is it 3, 2, 1 answer, or is it like rock, paper, scissors? 3, 2, 1 go. You know what I
It's
mean?
like
Like
3,
rock,
2,
paper,
1,
scissors, shoot.
answer.
There's the rock, paper, scissors, shoot people, and then there's
No.
the just 1, 2, 3 answer.
It's just 1, 2, 3 answer.
Okay, these
We're
are
keeping it
I mean
simple.
these are clear rules that have to be
Keeping it
established.
simple.
If you've ever played rock, paper, scissors with a guy that just goes without saying shoot, you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's go.
'Kay.
Let's hear it.
First question. What is your favorite superhero?
Dad asked me this last week.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay, we'll go to another
I
question.
want to know if you even know it. Have you even paid attention to this? Let's see.
Well, there's so many.
You really don't know? You watched the show and you don't know? No, we're going to answer this question.
Gosh,
You're the one who
no.
made this quiz. If
Oh, no.
if you didn't pay attention last week, that's on
Now
you.
there's pressure.
All right.
Okay.
On the count of 3, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Captain
Spider-Man.
America. Oh my god.
Okay. No, but they can't see it. Look at your Funko wall. Count how many Spider-Man Funkos you have versus how many.
Do I need to take my clothes off and show my
No.
Captain America tattoo on my shoulder?
No. Jacob.
It's hard to see.
Oh, we can
I
insert a
literally
picture.
have a Captain America tattoo on my arm.
insert a picture.
Who's my favorite suit? I said this last week on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
I knew.
There are so many.
There's only one tattooed on me permanently forever.
That's true.
Oh,
Oops.
who's your favorite? Okay,
Oops.
who's your favorite superhero? Oh, I think I actually know this.
Oh, do
'Cause
you now?
I think I love you more. I think that's how this quiz is going to work. Okay, on the count of
Okay.
3. Ready?
3,
3, 2, 1.
Groot.
Groot.
Rocket.
Ooh, what?
The little Rocket Raccoon.
Well, yes,
I-
you love
we
Groot
went-
and Rocket,
We
though.
went and saw the new Guardians movie 3 times, I think, in the theater when it first came out.
Yeah.
Every single time I saw it, I cried more aggressively, and
Yeah.
I knew what was coming.
I mean, it was kind of creepy because it was like an animated otter,
they-
and she was bawling like she had just lost.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally.
But you're obsessed with Groot, too.
well, yeah.
Okay, so that one
Yeah.
counts. That's
But,
Groot's
you're
definitely
obsessed with Spider-Man too.
Groot's definitely top 3,
Oh,
or
yeah.
it's probably
It's-
number
yeah,
2. Yeah. Okay,
It goes.
you talk about Groot way more than you do Rocket.
I feel like Rocket, Groot, and Korg. Isn't Korg the big purple rock guy?
Hi, my name's Korg.
Korg.
I'm like the leader around here.
Oh, they're my favorite.
You don't have to be afraid of me unless you made a scissors. That's just a little rock paper scissors joke for you. Piss
Oh.
off, ghost.
I love him. Okay. Next question. If you had to choose an actor to play you in a movie, who would you pick?
All right. Can I pick a black guy?
mean-
I just always want to be.
Yeah, because
I've always wanted to be
there's
black.
2 ways people take this question. There's
All right, so is
Because
it
it
someone
looks
that
like
like
you,
who I think?
or-
Yeah, I was about to say who resembles me the most, or like who not resembles
be
me,
whatever.
who I feel like would resemble me and embrace my personality, or somebody that I would just be cool.
it can be whichever one. I mean,
Okay.
I'm 100% gonna get this one wrong,
Okay,
but I'm interested to see.
I know.
your
Oh, I
answer.
know mine. I know mine just because this was my favorite actor growing up, and I've always loved this actor. So, okay, I'm ready.
Hold on, I have to think. Okay,
All right,
I'm ready.
ready on the count of 3.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
1.
Johnny
Chris
Depp.
Hemsworth.
Oh my-
Okay, well, I was thinking like looks.
First off, did you just say Hemmingsworth?
Well, how do you
It's
say it?
Hemsworth. It's not
There's
even.
a-
It's not
there-
only bad that you got it
There's
massively wrong.
100%.
It's not Hemmingsworth. It's not a Hemi. It's not an engine in a
How
car.
did I not?
It's not
Oh,
Hemmingsworth.
that's
it's Hemsworth.
hilarious. Oops.
Oh my.
I was going off of looks, though.
I don't need. Do you off a look? You think I look like Chris?
I think you're more attractive.
You think I look like Chris Hemmingsworth? Don't play the. I think you're more attractive.
Yes, you are.
Ladies, by the way, don't do that. Right? Don't do that. Right? Your husband knows. He's sitting there with like a gut.
No.
He's sitting there with a gut and like a patchy beard and a bald spot, and your wife's like, "I think you're more handsome than Ryan." No. I'm speaking to the ladies right now. Don't do that, right? Don't. Because your husband knows, and so when you say that he looks like Chris Hemsworth, he just feels even more bad about himself because he's not working out and trying to get into shape. So I appreciate the kind gesture, but I know I'm nowhere near. Listen, I think Chris Hemsworth is smoking hot. Okay?
This is awkward now.
I mean, he is. I am strong enough in my manhood to say that Chris Hemsworth is a very attractive man. But no, Johnny Depp. I've met Johnny Depp.
Makes sense,
He's
though.
literally been my
That
favorite
makes
actor
sense.
for as long as I can
Yeah.
remember. So I'm gonna go Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now you have to answer for me.
I don't even know what you like. This is
Well,
coming
okay,
from a
so
person
this is
who's
actually this person that I have in my brain. I've actually never seen. I don't think anything that she's in. I have no connection to her. But no, you probably
that's
know.
such a woman
No,
answer.
because it's someone that literally people will walk up to me at a grocery store and say, "Hey, you know, have you ever been
yeah,
told you look
I
exactly
know who
like
you're
this
talking.
person?"
But I know the way you just phrased it, right? As you go, this is somebody that has not been in anything. Like, are we
No,
talking
no,
about the
no, no.
neighbor down the
That
street
I've never seen it.
and
Like,
anything
I've never
else?
seen her in. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything. But also, I've never watched anything. So, like, I haven't watched.
Well,
a
I don't
lot.
know the actress's name, but I know the character.
Well,
I think.
Then you can just say I'll say the actress's name, and you can do the character's name, and it's probably the same person.
Okay, on count three. Ready?
3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
Phoebe
Lisa
from
Kudrow.
Friends.
Yeah.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. People will come up to me all the
Literally
time and be
stop
like,
us.
"Lisa, is that you?" And I was just like, "That's right. I am dating a movie star or a TV television
Which is-
star."
I feel like kind of insulting because she's like 40 something years old.
Yeah, you look like a
Do
40.
I look
you
40
look like,
something years old?
I'm not gonna answer. What's the next question we got on? What's the next question? What's the next,
Next
question?
question.
No, you
Okay.
don't. You look great.
Go to
What's the next question?
go to fast food place.
Oh, it's just simple. You're gonna nail this. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1. Taco Bell.
Bell.
Now I don't go
Well,
to Taco Bell
I
as
was about
much
to say,
anymore.
Yeah, I almost said something else, but Taco Bell is just a classic.
Chick-fil-A, you gotta stop tapping your phone.
I'm sorry,
I'm
it's
gonna
falling
lose.
asleep.
I'm gonna
Now you
lose my
just turn
mind.
it
You
off.
can just open it up every time.
Okay.
See, this is definitely like when podcasting with a couple. Like that is such a couples thing.
No, but I almost said something else because you really haven't been there. Like you haven't gone in a while, but you went through a phase where you were
A
there.
phase. It was
literally pretty much.
Where
every day.
are you? It wasn't a phase, Mom. It was a lifestyle.
It was a lifestyle
Yeah, it
choice.
was.
Trust me.
It was real bad. After about living on the toilet for about half the week, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should
Yes.
step away from Taco Bell.
Yes.
Actually,
Thank goodness.
one time, we had Taco Bell,
Oh, God.
and I came out of the bathroom, and she's just standing there and looking at me. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Why?" She goes, "What happened in there?" I was just like, "I was just using the bathroom." She goes, "Jacob,
No, you weren't.
I think you're dying." She's like, "I genuinely think something's wrong with you." She thought about driving me to a hospital after having Taco Bell one time. That sobers you up real quick. When
It
your
was
wife's
bad.
in the living room going like, "Are you really dying?" No, I used to write like Taco Bell letters.
You had a whole podcast episode.
Yeah, one of my
about Taco
it was
Bell.
now
What-
granted it was
That
an
was like episode 2, maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe episode 1.
it was an early episode.
It was a very early one.
but
Yeah.
Taco Bell, I would have taken Chick-fil-A as a second answer. I
Yeah.
love me some Chick-fil-A. I mean, we can eat, I already know yours.
Yes,
Yours is Chick-fil-A. First off, I'm dominating this game. But yours is Chick-fil-A. We eat Chick-fil-A twice
When
a week.
I tell you, there are days, I'm not proud of it. There have been days where I will eat Chick-fil-A for breakfast, eat nothing for lunch, eat Chick-fil-A for dinner.
We have those days all the time. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's bad.
The go-to move, right, is you get
Mhm.
the crispy chicken sandwich with pepper jack cheese. You get your grilled club sandwich.
Oh, so good.
But gentlemen, get your crispy chicken sandwich. Do your thing. But you're always, and this is my problem with Chick-fil-A, right? You're always a little bit more hungry. So you get like an 8-count nugget, and then you each have 4 nuggets or a 12-count.
Oh.
We've been doing 12-count. Listen, it's a little
It's
bit
bad.
fat on our end.
It's a little bit fat.
but
yeah.
you order some extra nuggies on the side. Nuggies, with that large fry, large drink, crispy chicken sandwich, nothing better.
You know what's embarrassing?
What?
So you know Spotify. Spotify does their like Spotify Wrap at the end of the year, where they tell you your highest
Spotify Wrap?
Wrapped. Oh, you don't
I've
have
not.
Spotify.
I don't touch Spotify.
Okay, Spotify has this thing where at the end of the year it tells you how many minutes you listened.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Spotify.
Okay.
Everybody posted on their Instagram.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A last year decided that for its rewards members,
Oh no.
it was going to do a Chick-fil-A Wrapped
No, thank you.
email.
How bad
no,
was
it?
it?
Sent me an email.
How bad was
It
it?
told me, it was bad. Because you realize I've been like the top member for like 3 years in a row. Like I'm at the highest
gosh.
tier of like the membership status you can go. And so it broke down. It was like how many times you visited the store.
Oh boy.
What your top orders were, what your top stores were, how many points you earned. It almost made me like check myself into therapy there.
Is it unlike Walgreens, who have the worst point system in the world? Do those points actually matter?
No, the points are incredible.
Okay.
Pretty much this again, bad. I can typically get like either free nuggets or like a free sandwich once a week.
There you go.
No.
Just get an account and
Do you
eat
realize how much money you have to spend to get free nuggets?
I don't want to think about it. If you know that's why never look at dumb stuff. If I look at the amount of Funko Pops in this room and I put in my mind how much money I've spent, it's depressing. I don't want to think about it because it's not holding its value. These are plastic beanie babies, okay? All right, give me another question. We got some videos to get to before we get out of here.
Yeah, this is our last question.
Okay.
Okay. And it's how many children do you want? If any.
I knew she was gonna slide in some like, how many children do you want?
Let's
What do
be
you want their
fair.
names to be?
98% of the people who actually listen to this podcast also want to know this question, so I'm doing them a favor.
Mom. Let me.
Mom.
Yeah, Mom,
Jen.
Jennifer, Jessica, Joy. Yeah, basically the immediate family that cares.
Yes.
Okay. I
All
already
right.
know. 3, 2, 1, 2. Oh my gosh, Hannah. This is so bad. How are we married? You don't know anything about me.
This is me trying to convince him.
I know yours was 3.
Yes.
Mine's 2.
Oh, that's true. I gave you my answer. Oops.
You literally didn't even play by your own rules. This is such.
Because we should, in theory,
2.
the same name.
Give me a boy, give me a girl,
But you
and
can't
I'm
control
out.
that.
I'm gonna control it. I can control it.
No,
I can control
that's
it.
Not how that works.
You can. Gentlemen, don't let them tell you you can control it. You just got to be doing something manly when
No.
you want the boy,
That's
and you got to be doing something
so
feminine when you
far
want the girl.
That's so far.
Like turn
from-
on an episode of Real Housewives
That's
when you're
so
trying to
far
find the
from-
girl, and then when you're trying to get the boy, turn on like
There's- okay.
Ice Road Truckers or
and
something.
to think this man was gonna go to nursing school, and that's
What do you mean?
you were gonna be a nurse in college, and you just
What does that have to do
gave-
with the amount of kids?
No, on your reasoning of how you get boy kids.
Oh,
and
the
girl
fact that I was going to
kids.
be like in charge of people's
Yes.
health.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. I'm telling you guys, just try it. Next time you're
Or
trying to try it for sure.
No, they're gonna sue you when it's wrong.
You sue me because I said what? Excuse me, judge.
Misinformation.
Excuse me, judge. I would like to sue this man. What do you want to sue him for? He told me to watch Ice Road Truckers if I wanted to have a boy and my next baby. Yeah, okay. Gosh. Anyways, I'm moving on to the video because this.
I'm just trying to convince him we should have 3 kids.
No, thank you.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Yes.
2's already pushing it. No, thank you.
Oh.
I'm not arguing about this. Is why you don't bring up certain subjects. You ask people's favorite colors or what.
Okay, I'm gonna
What's your shoe size? Not like how many kids do you want? Hey, are you depressed today? Like no serious questions. All right. To wrap up, we're about to get out of here. We have 2 dating videos from the 1980s.
Yes.
And
Pretty much backstory. Before they had Tinder, before they had, I don't know dating apps. Before they had dating apps,
I mean, Tinder's one.
before there
Yeah.
was, that's the only one I know. Before there was the internet, people still were single and had trouble meeting people. And so there was this whole, I think it was this whole like TV station that pretty much all they did is you went into their studio.
Yeah, it was like it was on like a
It
real
was on-
channel.
it was a whole, channel. That's the word I was looking for. But they went into the studio and you pretty much read off your dating profile. I'm this tall. This is what I do for work. I like long romantic walks on the beach.
You shot like a minute video
Yes.
describing yourself and what you like to do for fun.
Yes.
And what it makes out for is not, oh, hey, this is Johnny likes long walks on the beach and throwing a football. He's a Raiders fan.
It was a little
What it
weird.
turns out is every creep in America,
Yes.
which if
I
you're
mean,
going,
not far from the truth for today's dating.
yeah,
industry, I
it's
feel
just the
like.
difference in today's and back then is back then they're like, this will make awesome TV.
Yeah.
Today, everybody just hides behind a phone.
That's true. Yeah.
And you don't know they're psychotic until
Yeah.
you meet them in person.
Yeah. The part that I find funny is you would call in the number, like if you saw someone, you were sitting on the TV, you saw somebody and you were like, oh, I think that they're really attractive. You would call a number and they had a code. Like you wouldn't say, I saw Sally and I thought that Sally was attractive. You'd say, I saw G2-347. Like a barcode, like you were buying something from like an
There's like
infomercial.
Can you scan their barcode?
Yeah.
Are they in stock?
Yeah. No, that's literally what it was. I'm like,
All right. So
I pulled some up.
she pulled up.
He hasn't seen, because he's seen some of them, but he
I
hasn't seen the ones showed.
watched the girls one, but I don't think we're doing the girls one.
No, we're not doing the girls
Because the girls one was it. Yes, they were
was a little bit
weirdos, but
depressing,
it was just more
honestly.
sad than it
Yeah.
was anything. It was just like, I'm Barbara. I have 2 cats,
Yeah.
and I stay home every day and eat ice cream. And you're just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is just
So
sad.
I pulled some of the guy ones.
Or all the women lived with their mom. Every single one of them was like, I live at home with my
Yeah.
mom, and I'm just looking for a man to love me. And I'm like, oh, that's sweet. But they were all
they,
like,
they weren't
like,
young.
yeah, they were all
they
like
were
late 30s, early
at
40s.
least, yes.
It was real sad. The men were funny. Basically, let's put it this way: the men will make for funny content.
Yeah.
The women will just make you feel real bad.
Yeah. But-
Because I don't think many of them found love.
No.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's pull up the first man video. Pull up the first man video.
Hello.
Thought I told you never to call me here.
Some of the things I love
Good one.
are photography, travel, skiing, and cuddling.
This is a very exciting time for my life because I'm just starting a new claims adjusting business.
I don't know, the type of girl that I'm
There you
looking
go.
for is one
Entrepreneur.
that's really attractive to me.
I like an attractive woman, someone who might look like Christy Brinkley or Jacqueline Smith.
I have a very strong sense of humor.
Oh, boy.
I read
No. Oh, no. I kind of half heard it, but I was about to say,
Killer.
no. This is not a serial killer. This is the type of guy that he's gonna have a nickname. It's gonna be like Big Rick, or it's gonna be like Funny Mike. Anybody like no. The way he's dressed, the way he looks. This is the type of guy that when he walks into a room has he's gonna try and be funny guy. He's gonna try and be guy dancing in the middle of a circle but can't dance. He's gonna have big guy energy is what I'll call it.
Big guy.
He's gonna have big guy energy. I guarantee you, just by the way he looks. He put on those glasses and was like, "I look fire."
They give off Jeffrey Dahmer.
No. This is not a serial killer. I'll show you you can point out the serial killers for the amount of serial killers you watch on TV. It's easy to point them out. This is not serial killer. This is just
big guy energy.
Guy who's got big guy energy, but he ain't big guy. You know what I mean? Like he's just one of those where it's just like
dogs that think
yeah,
they're the big dogs.
Guaranteed he's gonna be like, I like to tell jokes and fly my kite on the beach. I live close to it's gonna be something like that.
recently that everyone thinks they've got one, but my friends do agree that I do. Might not appear it,
he's got
but
good humor. Yep.
Semi-crazy.
Kind of your typical research mathematician, I guess.
Nope.
Walking down the-
Just your typical research mathematician.
I'm just your typical mathematician with an axe, I guess. My favorite guy
At
is
least the guy, at least he's straight to the point.
Let's go back to the crazy guy because I couldn't hear the beginning. But did the other guy say, I'm just crazy?
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay. You're not just as shocked as
No.
I am about
Hey, at least he's just straight to the point.
Well, yeah, he's
Like,
just
he's
like,
honest.
do you want to talk about serial killer? He's just like, I'm insane. I'm crazy. I will follow you home. All right, let's
But semi-crazy.
Kind of your typical research mathematician, I guess.
It appears it.
Only semi.
Walking down the street or just going out for, let me take pictures of her with my camera. He's somebody that maybe even gets rough once in a while, you know?
Okay,
and,
that is a serial killer.
I'm a ham. I've been on
Did
Jeopardy.
he just say that
I
likes
decided
him?
that I'm lonely.
Yeah, hang on. I can't hear. What did he say?
There's so much going on.
Well, shh, so I can hear. What did he say? This guy says,
I think that guy's the one that said he wants to take pictures of you
Yeah,
while
he
you're
just wants
walking
to
down
take
the
pictures.
street.
Yeah, I just want to take pictures of
We
you from
love an
behind a.
Instagram boyfriend.
I'm
But
gonna take pictures of him from behind a bush. All right, here we go.
Over with my camera. He's somebody that maybe even gets rough once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a ham. I've been on Jeopardy.
I decided that I'm lonely, but I'd love to go roller
Yes,
skating.
dude.
Are you
No.
that's so sad.
No, that dude's where it's at, bro. I decided that I'm lonely. Yes, I hope that guy finds love. That is a guy that needs to find true love. This is not really sad. Like, this guy's probably dead by now. This is way back in the day. But no, I love the guy that's just like, listen, I'm on here because I'm sad. I'm real sad.
It's like, oh gosh, last season of Love is Blind, or no, not Love is Blind, Love on the Spectrum, with the really old guy that was trying to find a girlfriend.
Oh, what was his name? I thought you were
I
going to
don't
say about the
remember.
Golden Bachelor because that was sad too.
No, but it's just like anytime old guys are like, I'm lonely and just want to find love, it's always so sad.
Yeah, no, but I love that guy. He's just straight up like, I just decided that I'm lonely. Let's go back to lonely guy. Here we go.
Oh, it's muted.
Oh, whoops.
On Jeopardy.
I decided that I'm lonely, but I'd love to go roller skating. Are you a little crazy?
Extremely high verbal skills.
Co-ed bubble bath sounds like a real fun idea I want to try out. I'm...
And whoever's ever with me has to like to do it too, or they're going to go nuts, because I'll drive you nuts.
I seek a person who is childlike.
Somebody that'll embarrass you by ordering too much.
Pedophile! I seek someone who is 10 or 12 years old or under.
He said that on live.
Ah,
on TV.
creep, dude.
No, you know what's worse?
What?
He said that on TV. They filmed that, and then because these weren't live, and then the producer looked at that and said, "That seems like
because
pretty good to post."
they're producing their honest selves, and the producer sat there and he's like, I want someone that looks and acts and probably is a child, and the producer's just like, I would edit this out, but the cops need to catch this guy. We're gonna need something to play in court in another 4 months, so might as well just let him say it.
It reminds me of the TikTok that you sent me the other day, where the guy's like, "Hey, my friend finally bagged a 10."
He's like, my friend bagged a 10, and then it's a video, and this guy's just walking with his 10-year-old daughter.
Like,
but
it's awful.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that the video on TikTok is just like the kid walking his little sister or something. That's
it
what
is. It's a brother sister,
Yes.
but
the way it was phrased reminds me of that.
Bro. I want someone who looks. This guy's
who
creepy
acts
too.
Childlike. That's how he phrased it, which is even creepier.
Yeah, I want someone who's
who
childlike.
acts
You say I want
childlike.
someone young at heart. I want someone that
Yes.
has a lot of energy, that likes to have
There's
fun.
other ways to phrase it.
I want someone who is
Who's
a
childlike.
child. All right.
Nope.
Here we go.
And whoever's ever with me has to like to do it too, or they're going to go nuts, because I'll drive you nuts.
I seek a person who is childlike.
Somebody that'll embarrass you by ordering too much food, or, you know, somebody like that.
I'm a nice fellow. I don't know.
I'm particularly attracted to black women and women of different races. So if you like me, give me a call.
Yes.
Basically, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, that guy's so
Thank you.
sweet. Oh,
See their
it literally
code.
brings up their like
GL104M.
never married, 0 children, looking for somebody within 40 miles. Wow.
Like, it's literally like their dating profile.
Bro, no, I don't care. Like, yeah, this guy, yeah, that's creepy. But, homeboy at the end, he's like, I love black women. I love women of different colors. I love different races. That dude's just ahead of his time.
We love diversity.
Bro, no, he's just ahead of his time. Like, it was slightly frowned upon still back then. So he was just like, listen, this is what I like. I know half of the country still doesn't like this, but this is just who I am on the inside. That dude was just an honest dude right there. He's just ahead of his time. All right, we got one more video, and then we'll get out of here. Here we go. Hang on.
Okay, early to bed, early to rise makes a woman healthy,
There you
wealthy,
go.
and
Spit it out,
wise.
buddy.
That's why you're wiser than me. It's Stephen.
Hi, I'm Maurice. I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
Hi, my name's Monroe. You've probably already noticed that I have incredibly blue eyes.
I do fashion photography. I took a sponge ball, was pulling him out of a little girl's ear. I'm looking for the goddess. Are you the goddess? Who is the goddess? The goddess is the woman, is a woman, is any woman, is all women.
are
I'm a
just so
25-year subscriber to both Playboy and the New Yorker magazine.
Dude, another
fatties.
home run.
I
Did he
wanna-
just say he's a 20-year subscriber to Playboy? He's just like, this is what I'm into. I subscribe to Playboy. 20 years. What's up? Oh, man, that's
There's so much to unpack there.
that's incredible. I
The
like this
goddess
guy.
is
I like the goddess guy.
a
He's like,
woman,
I'm looking
is
for a
a
goddess.
woman, is any woman.
Bro, it's not. He's just. He went from like looking for a very specific woman that's goddess like
He's been
to
demolished.
any woman
Yes,
is a
he's
goddess.
so beaten
Please,
down.
someone
Please,
come.
anyone, just
Nah,
say
this
hi to
dude.
me.
This dude was the creep at the jukebox. Just like, hey baby, can I take you home? You want another milkshake? We could share it.
I'm pretty sure this is the guy in the other clip that was holding the rose to his ear and said,
It was.
I
He's
thought I
like,
told you not to call
he's
me.
like, I thought I
here."
told you not to call me. All right, here we go.
For the goddess. Are you the goddess? Who is the goddess?
Who's the goddess?
The goddess is the woman, is a woman, is any woman, is all women.
I'm a 25-year subscriber to both Playboy and the New Yorker magazine.
No fatties. I want it all. No dopers, no smokers, no alcoholics. I steal watches. No posers.
We don't like to write checks.
No hamsters.
We don't like to take out the garbage. What I'm doing right now is making a movie about World War II.
No Donna Juanitas.
And I'm currently involved in cleaning up toxic waste. Do you like cats?
Are you looking for me? Hey, buddy, I hate to break it to you. I'm
So we
pretty
gotta
sure
go-
the only women you're gonna get not only like cats, but have at least
They probably exclusively
yes,
have cats.
That's probably you're gonna walk in. It's gonna be cats.
I just love the guy who's like, I steal watches.
Yeah, they just slide that in there.
The other guy's like, no fatties, no hamsters, which
I mean, I get hamsters are.
do you think that's just a normal thing to say? That's
Not
just
normal,
that's
but
top.
out of all of
that's
those
top.
lineups?
No. You get a list of 10 things. You have 30 seconds to tell the world what you want and who you want to be. It's typically like, I'm a Christian. I don't like smoking. I'm not a big drinker. Looking for someone with a steady job. And all of that, you think it's normal that he goes, no fat girls and no hamsters on the list. Get them out. You're just like, I could understand the hamsters part. Unless I'm missing some hamster hatred or something. Like, I have no idea what's supposed to be conveyed out of no hamsters.
Oh my gosh.
Is there a reason that no
wait,
hamsters
maybe,
is a...
Maybe he's as allergic to hamsters as you are to cats.
Well, then you preface with like, hey, I'm allergic to hamsters, so we can't have one of those. Sorry, baby. He's just like, no fat girls and no hamsters. That's it. All right. We're getting out of here. We're basically done. I just want to end the podcast by saying I love you. And I think it would only be beneficial if we ended the podcast with you saying what you love about me, and then I'll do the same, and then we'll get out of here. Does that sounds fair,
That's so
right?
cute and mushy.
So let's
Well,
hear
this
it.
is
What do you
funny.
love about me? Why do you love me? And then we'll get out of here and send
So-
everybody on their way. You got an hour and like 6 or 7 minutes to listen to while you and your wife are
Nope.
hugging each other and
Okay.
kissing each other
Nope,
on the mouth.
nope, stop.
All right, let's
Okay.
go.
Oh my
Go.
gosh. Okay, this is kind of cheesy, but actually very timely because the other day I was going through my notes, clearing out my phone, and I came across a note that I wrote in April of whenever we started dating. We started dating in January. I wrote this in April, and it's a list of like 50 things that I loved about you in April. And I just picked out like 4
We're not
of
going to do
them.
all 50 on the podcast.
No,
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I picked like 4 of them.
All right, let's hear it.
Because they were all really sweet and they're still true.
Serenade
all
me.
this time later.
Serenade me.
I can sing it if you want.
No, it's nothing to you.
Okay. The first one was, he makes me smile when I really don't want. And then I wrote a little description. It says, he always turns my grumpy mood into a good one and never fails to make me smile. He's persistent on my bad days, and I know that even though I pretend like I don't like it sometimes, it means the world to me. That's so true.
That's it?
No, that's just the first one.
Oh. That's one?
Yes.
Bro, that's like when a preacher's like, we only got 3 points today, and then they say a bunch of stuff, and you're like, oh, we got to be wrapping up. And he's like, point number 2.
I wrote like a main point and then description.
Oh, my goodness. No, just hit the bullet points, because
Okay.
we this podcast is already, it's
okay.
past an hour already.
Okay. He loves me while I'm still learning to love myself. I have days where I hate everything about myself, and he makes sure to remind me of all the reasons why he loves me. He makes me feel beautiful and brilliant and has given me so much confidence.
Oh, is that it?
No, I'll
Or-
do my last one.
Okay.
Okay.
That was very sweet, by the way.
The last one is he's so thoughtful in the littlest ways. And there are so many things that he does that go under the radar, and sometimes I forget to thank him for, but they never truly go unnoticed.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I love you.
Put it there. Put it there. No, this. What are you?
I don't know. What are we doing?
I love you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It's my turn.
Aw,
So
I'm so excited.
I also wrote something down, but my phone's dead. So I put it in my notes, but I forgot to read it. I'll keep it short, sweet, and to the point.
Aww.
Ditto.
That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say.